Hi and welcome. I wanted to spend a couple of minutes here to show you what I consider to be one of the best deals in the RC industry today. This little clip of video is going to briefly discuss a combo deal from hobbyparts.com website. For those of you who don't know, Hobby Parts, online reseller of hobby motors, speed controllers, parts, accessories for cars, planes. They also have some sister sites, nitroplanes.com, etc. So in this particular product I'm going to do a quick review for under the combo deals. What you see in the picture right now is a disc flyer that I created using a combo motor, electronic speed controller, and servo package. This package is available at hobbyparts.com for about $28. It features a 1300 kV motor, 3 9-gram servos, and an 18 amp electronic speed controller. Like I said, this kit comes in at a price around 28 bucks, and I'm cheap, so the rest of what you see in this plane is parts that I've taken from helicopters, etc. This happens to be a soccer ball. As you may be able to see in the video, it's kind of shaped like a soccer ball. It's a disc with a dual layered 3mm Depron airfoil, shaped like a tennis shoe on top. It's simply a two servos with Elevon mixing using a Spectrum DX6i radio and the Spectrum receiver. Like I mentioned, the kit comes with 3 little 9-gram servos. It comes with a 1300 kV motor. You'll notice that comes with a stick mount that was included. The stick mount does have a cooling fins on it to help keep your motor cool when it's running. And what you can't see is the 18 amp speed controller because that's actually built inside the plane. This particular outfit flies with the 8 by 4.3 prop, and like I said, it's inexpensive, $28 I believe it was. So the plane was made out of 3mm foam. It's Dollar Tree foam. You buy it for $1 a sheet. You got $28 in motors, servos, and speed controller. And right now what's in here is an E-flite battery. You have to excuse me, but I don't have my Blue Poly 500 milliamp battery, which is available at hobbyparts.com for about $6 or $7. Now, to put this in perspective, the E-flite 430 milliamp battery comes from a local hobby shop, $37. 95 cents is what that cost me. The Blue LiPo battery, like I said, I think it's $6 or $7 on hobbyparts.com. So you can basically buy 3 Blue Poly batteries or 4 Blue Poly batteries for the cost of what I paid for one E-flite battery. So E-flite, too bad, local hobby shop, really sorry about that, but you know, I like my flight time, so why not have 4 extra batteries laying around. The motor, like I said, it's a stick mount. I picked up a cheap piece of wooden dowel at Walmart at the hobby craft area. Foam is actually done with hot glue, low temperature hot glue gun. And what I want to do real quickly here is just kind of show you the power of this plane. For one, I'm not going to be able to fly it because it's really windy outside, but you'll be able to get a pretty good idea of what this plane can do. And also I wanted to kind of quickly go over how you set this up. As it comes from the factory in a package, the speed controller and the motor are obviously separate. There are no connectors, so I kind of want to explain briefly how you go about that. So real quickly what I do is I'll turn on my radio. I'm going to plug in the battery. Make sure I got my polarities correct. Plug in the battery. It's going to give us a couple beeps telling us that it's set up. There's the first beep telling us it's got power. Then there's a series of beeps that you're going to hear. That series of beeps is a code for telling that it's got the hard start is set up as opposed to soft start. So the series of beeps is complete. Now the speed controller is activated. I do have a small cover that I put on the top of this. Basically this little cover just wedges underneath here, and it's got some Velcro so it hides the electronic components. I can fire up the motor for y'all. And as you can see, it pulled the plane right off there. I didn't hold the plane when I did that. I just let it take off on its own. So there's plenty of power to go vertical and pull that plane. As I mentioned, the kit comes with the servos. Included with those servos, if you can see in the picture here, are a bunch of servo arms, mounting screws. I believe you get 2 sets of servo arms for each servo. You get the double-sided long one, and you get the single-sided servos arms in there. This plane total as it sits, obviously without the transmitter and receiver, was built for about $45 worth of parts. That's $27 for the kit, the combo kit, $2 in foam. These little wire connectors I picked up at the local hobby shop, they was for a park zone. It had 4 control rods, clevises, and Z-bends built into them. It was $4. There is a couple bamboo skewers on the bottom to help protect the foam, and $1.25 I think I paid for the prop saver from my local hobby shop. And like I said, the battery you can pick up at hobbyparts.com for about $6 or $7. So if you got a spare radio laying around that can do Elevon mixing, or if you want to pick you up an inexpensive high-tech AM/FM radio that has Elevon mixing in it, you can pick those up for $40 or $50, and you can make yourself a park flyer for under $100. The way this is connected is basically, as most brushless motors, is it's got 3 separate wires coming out, and I really can't get a good picture of it, but it's got 3 wires coming out of the motor. You basically solder your bullet connectors onto the motor. You solder 3 bullet connectors onto your electronic speed controller wires. I suggest that you don't put a prop on at this time. Mount your motor securely. Connect your battery after you turn on the radio. Turn on the motor. Give it some throttle. If the motor is not spinning in a counterclockwise position, which is what you would need for a pull prop, what you would want to do is just basically switch any of the 2-3 wires. So 2 of those 3 wires, you just unplug them, plug them in a reverse order. Once you get it spinning in the proper direction, what you can do is either use color-coded heat shrink tube, or you can just use I use a silver Sharpie, and I just mark my wires with 1 stripe or 2 stripes or 3 stripes, and then color code or use those stripes on the other wires for the electronic speed controller, so that you know which wire goes where every time you connect it, and you don't have to mess with that. Like I said, if you haven't been to hobbyparts.com, I would highly suggest you go check this out. If you're looking for a great little prop or a great little motor, ESC and servo combo, this definitely is a great little kit. I did cut the shaft off to fit the prop saver, so it also helps when I ding it into the stop sign out front. And just to give you guys an idea, this particular plane has been flown about a dozen times. It's hit the stop sign 3 times, twice directly into the prop, and there's been no damage whatsoever to the motor. So this is a very durable kit. I would suggest that you check this out. If you've got kids that are looking to do experiments, make foam flyers, hydroplanes, the go-kart racers you can see made out of EPP foam, that type of stuff. This is a great inexpensive way to get your kids into the hobby. Pick them up a little cheap radio. Like I said, you can build multiple planes with this particular setup. Hope you enjoyed the video, and look forward to seeing you all on the flight line. Thanks.